today I was in me and my in-laws, we went to Seafood City to buy some stuff, and then this lady came up and said, "Oh, do you want to buy her masks?" And so she had a bunch of them.
Like in a trench coat, like, hey, like instead of Rolexes, it's a bunch of masks.
And of course, my mother-in-law buys the LV one.
Yeah, of course.
Hi, welcome to This Filipino American Life, a podcast that explores the nuanced experiences of Filipinos in the United States. At Iba Pa, my name is Elaine Delalas, and I'm joined by my fellow hosts,
Ryan Carpio,
Joe Bernardo,
and
Cat as a guest.
Cat as a guest, and
Mike.
producer Mike. Pew, pew, pew. And I can't actually use the one on my phone because I'm monitoring Instagram.
It's okay.
Oh,
Pew,
that's
pew,
all
pew,
right.
pew, pew, pew.
Yay!
Yay.
Kat, it's so good to have you back.
Thank you for having me. I love you guys. So
Aw.
Thank
fun.
you, Kat, for being here, for being a sub for Joe while he's on paternity leave.
Paternity
Yes.
leave.
And Joe's back.
And Joe's here.
Yay.
I'm
Very
here.
awake.
I took a nice break from paternitying.
Oh, that's good.
What does that
Is that
even
a
mean?
word? Paternitying?
It is now,
Paternity?
bro.
Sure.
It is now.
Sure.
Yeah.
Paternitying.
Basically, I'm gonna take like a couple hour break, and then after this, go change some diapers. Go,
Yeah.
put some people to sleep. Go feed little babies.
Put some people to sleep.
Aw.
That sounds bad.
Yeah. But
So
it's nice to be back.
yay, we're so happy.
Yeah, it's nice to be back in the swing of things.
Cool.
Are you
So-
good? Are you sleeping or what?
I am sleepy. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Oh, we asked if you were sleeping,
No,
and you said I'm sleepy.
I'm sleeping. That's
Yeah.
racist, dude. You're racist.
And I imagine that your partner girly is amazing and doing well.
Yes.
As well?
She's a
Yay.
trooper.
on.
Everything's healthy. Girlie's healthy. Baby's healthy.
Are you healthy?
I don't know. Maybe I think my blood sugar's up because I haven't been
Oh.
getting as much exercise. But
Mm.
yeah. But otherwise, she's doing great. Just feeding along, and we're enjoying our leave from work. But
Yeah.
But you
Shit's
have
gonna-
other work.
The real work. The real work.
shit's gonna
Well,
hit
cool.
the fan when we have to go back to work. Unfortunately.
Hopefully,
Hopefully
I'm
not
sorry.
literally.
I know, I was
Hopefully
like,
not literally.
I thought you were talking about changing diapers. Like, oh my gosh, she hit the fan.
I was like, oh my god, do you have a fan?
And that's possible.
It
That
is.
could
Oh,
be
man.
possible.
But yeah,
Projectile.
my baby poops a lot, so that's a good
Baby
thing. But
poops
a
it's
lot.
not a
Baby
Yeah.
life.
That's a good thing. Pipes are working.
Have you gotten
Yeah.
pooped on?
no. Thank God, not yet.
Jinxed it.
Knock on wood.
Yep.
Wait till solid
That don't
foods.
work. That
Solid
don't work.
foods.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Hello from
Let's
Indiana,
see.
says Heather. But
Yay,
before we get
from
into that,
Indiana.
Indiana.
Elaine, do we have a TFAL
Yes.
of the episode?
Vernette Ayers. Or Ayers.
Vernette.
Stop it.
No.
Thank
Hi,
you,
Vernette
Vernette.
Iris.
Yay, Vernette.
We appreciate you and thank you for being a TFAL. You help us do this lovely show. And yes, if you'd like to be a TFAL, what do you do, Ryan?
You become a Patreon and go to patreon.com/TFAL podcast, I think.
Sure. And what's the phone number?
Mike.
1-800-45-closet.
Man, people are going to be calling that number now.
I know the closet people are gonna be like, why are there so many Filipinos calling us?
It's
keep looking for producer Mike.
100-888.
And they're trying to give us money.
They keep on asking for a discount.
I know the area code.
What is it?
805-394 TFAL.
Yay.
805-394.
Ryan got
I was
the
giving Mike an
number.
opportunity. But anyway,
Mike's
if you
like,
do want to
"Nah."
support us, we do appreciate it. we love all our listeners and our viewers and our Patreons and pals, and thank you for supporting us both financially and also supporting us by watching us and listening to us and telling all your friends about all the stuff that we do. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Gladly appreciate you. And hi, Jason Beltran. And hi, Seal. Thanks for watching. So, Ryan. Oh, wait,
Yes.
before I asked, I just want to drop a personal PSA.
Mhm.
Everybody do their census. Have you done your census, Ryan?
Yes. I
Kat,
did it 8
have you done your
times.
census?
I'm just kidding.
Well, they keep asking us to do it, right?
I know. I'll do it again.
Kat, has your house done the census?
Yes, ma'am. We sure did.
Joe?
It was quick and easy.
Yes, but unfortunately, I couldn't add my new addition.
Because you did
our
it too
baby.
early.
You did too
Yeah.
early.
Yeah.
Well, but it's supposed to be as of April 1st, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like whoever was in your
okay.
household as of April 1st.
As of April 1st. That's
Yeah.
correct.
So
And you have until the end of this month, end of September, right, to submit your census.
Yes.
That's when it's due.
So census Moriosep, fill out your
Oh
census.
my God. And the dad jokes ensue.
Yay, for real
Yeah.
now.
Census
there-
Marios.
Is there a dad joke for registering to vote?
No.
Because are you registered to vote?
Well, fill out your boto. Make sure.
No. The setup wasn't there.
Yeah, I know it wasn't.
It's all right.
Make sure the boto.
Make sure it's
Well,
the
welcome
voto.
back, Joe.
Yes.
We give you a pass.
Yeah.
We give
Yes.
you a pass.
Hello from Montana. Hi.
Yay,
Oh, so much-
Montana.
Oh, wow. It's like to you, Ryan. Hello,
I know.
Yan Yan.
Oh, it's my friend Brenda. She's like, hello. And she calls me Yan Yan from one of our
Aw.
episodes.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
she's traveling in
sweet.
Montana right now. And she loves us. Oh, thanks,
nice.
Brenda. Yay.
Francis,
and my good friend
you want to
Francis is
talk
on there too.
wrestling, but I don't watch WWE, so I can't talk about that. But I do watch All Elite, and I watched AEW before, and something crazy happened, but I'm not going to spoil it, so anybody else can watch it. Should
Don't
watch
spoil it. Don't spoil it.
Spoil it.
Any
Well, when we
messages
get
from
to-
any messages from Facebook, Kat?
We have Jason who shared the broadcast, so thank you for spreading
Yay.
the love, Jason.
Yay!
And Isil has made censusmariosep.org.
Yes.
Just kidding. You might want to take that.
That would've-
I know I should copyright it.
That would have been a good one.
But that was Ryan's. I shouldn't take credit for that. That's Ryan.
Dude, I
Dude.
don't even remember. You
We should buy
inspire me,
that.
Joe, with
He's like,
your
"Thanks."
dad jokes. So
We should
But
buy
I'm pretty
that
sure-
for 2030. The next time people
Oh,
do this.
yeah. Buy it now.
oh man. Wait, what are we
Yes.
doing today? What are we talking about today?
We're gonna
Aside from,
talk about
being counted.
besides being counted, besides voting, we're gonna talk about hustling. Hustle,
What?
hustle, hustle.
No.
We're gonna talk about line dancing.
Yes. Finally,
No.
an episode about line dancing.
That should be your exercise with the baby. Holding the
That's,
baby.
that's supposed to be for your OnlyFans, Joe.
Oh my gosh, that came
Oh,
online.
Joe
huh?
wasn't here for
OnlyFans
that.
and Joe line dancing.
Oh, that's right. Joe wasn't
Joe,
here
were
for
you there
OnlyFans.
for that?
I don't think he was
one?
there for that.
No,
We
we'll
had-
talk about that
wait.
another time.
Yeah, the
There,
TFAL
there
OnlyFans.
is there is no TFAL OnlyFans, Mike. Stop teasing something that doesn't exist.
Oh man,
But if it
All
did
right.
exist, it would
No,
be
it doesn't.
we are not talking about line dancing, but we are talking about hustles or side hustles
Mhm.
on this
Mhm.
episode. That's right? We're talking about side
Yes,
hustles,
that's
and I
right.
think part of the inspiration for this is because we've sort of noticed that there's a lot of like Filipino ingenuity out there and side hustles during COVID, and people doing maybe some passion projects and things during this time that we're kind of alone and home, or not alone, but like
Home.
cooped up in the house. So I've seen some folks who've started to bake bread, stuff like that, sell pandesal,
Ube
stuff like
cheese
that.
pandesal.
Yo,
Yeah,
all the
stuff
ube
like that.
cheese,
Oh, that
pandesals,
looks so
the
good.
ube
Yeah.
crinkles. Like
Oh.
I was like, I love our people with
Yeah.
this, but Then there's no. I went to Seafood City and there's no ube, and the ube extract is like $10.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I know. Mike just bought some.
I'm just gonna buy the ready-made. I'm not gonna make it.
See what happens when things
hustles.
trend. Yeah, when things trend, everything gets expensive, like oxtail at Seafood City.
What?
That's right.
Is it really?
Oh,
Yeah,
Lord.
Joe sent me a picture of it once, like years ago. I was like, "Look how expensive this is." I was like, "Oh man!"
Wait,
Do you remember
how much
sending me
was
that?
it? As it how
Dude,
much
it's like
was it?
it's like $12 a pound or something.
What?
Yeah,
Even at Seafood City?
yeah.
I mean, that's why I
especially
go
Seafood
there to
City,
buy the
yeah.
cheaper meats, you know?
It's 'cause,
And
yeah,
they're
it's
cut
'cause all
Filipino
the-
style.
It's all the foodies and hipsters and stuff on
That's
the cook with
crap. That's
oxtails.
supposed to be like
New discovery.
$2.
The
But beef is
oxtail.
kind of more expensive anyway, you know?
Maybe, yeah.
But I feel you. So then you walked away from it? You didn't get it or what?
No,
That's
I
the
haven't.
best for kare-kare though. is
I
the
haven't made
oxtail.
kare-kare in the longest time because of that.
Yeah.
Okay, who's ever hustling?
I know, seriously. Someone side hustle, make us correct, or I'll pick it up.
Yeah.
If you deliver, that's even better.
Oh, I thought you were going to say someone's side hustle means raising cows or raising oxes so
That's
I can
too.
get oxtail.
I want to cut that out and just have them make it.
Can you imagine if you saw ox like just chilling in someone's front yard? Like,
With no tail.
ox. We're raising him so that we're going to have kare-kare in a few months.
That's crazy.
Man. No, but so that's what we're talking about, and I know some folks on Facebook have already kind of shared. You know, mask making became a side hustle for some folks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if any of you also, but you know, I know some like my tita decided to bust out the sewing machine and started making masks for sale and stuff like that, and
For sale?
you know, yeah, some of them were given away and some of them were sold. I know
Actually, it
early
happened
on-
today. Today, I was in me and my in-laws. We went to Seafood City to buy some stuff, and then this lady came up and said, "Oh, do you want to buy her masks?" And so she had a bunch of them.
Like in a trench coat, like, hey, like instead of Rolexes, it's a bunch of masks.
And of course, my mother-in-law buys the LV one.
Ah, yeah. Of course. Of course.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, when I
Did
went
it
to
match your
Seafood
purse or
City,
something?
yeah. When I went to Seafood City, a couple days ago, there was a dude. He was hustling his cuchinta right outside. And I was like, "Oh, they ain't kicking you out," you know. And so, but I didn't get it. But I respected
Did it
his
look good?
hustle. It was in the cooler, so I didn't look inside. I just was like, "No, thank you," you know,
Oh.
because I'm still also nervous about what I like,
Yeah.
who I touch and what and
Yeah.
not touch. You know what I mean? But I totally
Yeah.
respected the hustle. I was like,
That would be a good
they
hustle.
could kick you out.
Like in historic
Yeah.
Filipino town, I mean, the elote guy is like walking around all the time. Like, what if it's like cuchinta guy, a cuchintero or something,
Mm,
like walking around just
Cuchintero.
like.
No, there was a lady who was in front of Dollar Hits.
Dang, hustle on hustle.
Dollar Hits is
50 cents hits.
I love it.
That's
Our
messed
people
up,
are
dude.
so
95
enterprising.
hits.
Oh my god, it's so messed up.
Enterprising. I love it.
Stupid.
I love it.
No, so for those who don't know, Dollar Hits is I guess is a restaurant that sells Filipino street food. And all those little sticks like isao and kwek kwek and all the little street foods that you get in Manila, they sell it in for $1 a stick in historic Filipino town. And there was an old lady in front of Dollar Hits who was selling her homemade like desserts and stuff.
Oh, that's
and, like
cool.
this old lady, and she had it like in a little cart, and yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think like I mentioned this in a previous episode, but you know, in Oxnard when there wasn't a lot of Filipino stores, if any, I mean, like where you would get things like, you know, baked goods, cuchinta, puto, things like that from like someone's house, basically. Like their side hustle was like a bunch of ovens in their garage or whatever, and that's how you would get like Filipino desserts and treats and stuff at like
Oh, yeah,
volume.
for sure.
Mhm.
Oh
So-
yeah, there is a family who's I'll never forget it. It's the Sansolis family. Their mom was the empanada lady. Like I knew
Mhm.
Jerry before I went to St. Genevieve because my parents were buying empanada from his mom. And then when I went to St. Genevieve, I was like, "You're the empanada kid." Like I was like, that's like my reference for him because he'd be the kid who opened the door, like to let us in to get our like box of empanadas that his mom made.
My Lolo and Lola were they were empanada hustlers in Daly City when I was growing up, and so they taught my cousins. And then they expanded their empire to rice cookers so they would travel up and down from LA visiting us and then go back up, right? And so they had their little Toyota van. You remember those vans that look like a bullet?
Yeah.
So they would fill that up. They'd go to Santee or they go to wherever. They fill it up with the beautiful, thick, lush Korean blankets and the rice cookers, and then they would sell them up in the bay. Along because they'd have the empanada, so they'd be like, "Oh, and we also have rice cookers, blankets."
That's awesome.
That people that had to go down to LA to get, and so my Lolo retired a custodian, but that was his hustle, for
That's
a long time. Him and my Lola was the cook, and he was the business guy. So it's in our blood. Mm-hmm.
Oh, totally. I think Oh no, because I was gonna say that a lot of Filipinos, they do have their full-time jobs, and they also have their side hustles, right? My parents, for example, they had their full-time jobs and their side hustle was running a nursing home. So
dang, that's a big side. See, that's
that's not selling
that's
a dollar.
Unusual though, because I knew somebody in high school whose family had a nursing home too, and but their mom was an accountant somewhere, and then but they so happened to, because I went to a party at their house, and I was just like, why is there this one room? And then I me being noisy, I peeked in and some old white ladies there. And I was like, oh, and it was because they're taking care of somebody. And I was like, oh, this. And then she's just like, oh, my parents are home care, they have home care in the house. And I was like, but you're throwing a Filipino party? I was so confused, but I was just like, sure, whatever.
Well, let me ask you something. Where do you get your lechon? Do you get it from some an official restaurant, or do you get it from someone who's doing it underground in their house?
Joe, you love this topic.
Of course, dude.
Lechon. I was like, damn, Joe, we've been talking about this forever.
I don't even know.
It's
I don't remember.
Honestly,
I mean, the last time I ate lechon, I think was at your place, Joe, for your party.
I think
whatever.
It was always somebody in Chinatown, but I don't know if it was a restaurant or a person.
Chinatown.
And then I remember there was somebody in Long Beach was better because they used lemongrass or something. It always felt like some shady deal where my titos were like, I gotta go get the lechon. We have to leave the house now. And I'm like,
right, because you don't know if it's gonna be there when they get there.
And I'm like, what? Okay.
Did you have to be in the parking lot, and did you have to look behind you?
Well, I was never there, so
okay.
Oh no, I get my lechon from Nary's. That's where we got it the last time when we got it for my mom's birthday. So they take care of it all.
Nary's
before they had the stores again. I think when I came to LA and realized there were Filipino markets and stuff. I mean, I was just like, man, I thought all this stuff literally only could come from people's kitchens or backyards. I think our lechon maybe still to this day, in Oxnard, still comes from somebody who lives,
I imagine,
and does it from their house. So,
You know someone underground, Joe?
Oh yeah. So there's this guy. No, seriously, I'm not going to say his name.
There's this guy. That already sounds shady.
There's this guy who lives in a city which shall be unnamed in the South Bay part of Los Angeles.
Okay.
Maritos. It rhymes with Maritos.
Frong Beach.
Marson.
Beach.
Marson.
Barson, because
Lord Jesus. Oh my gosh.
Well, anyways, yeah.
Okay.
So we usually get their lechon, our lechon from this dude from that house, and when you go there, during Christmas, there are tons of people at his house just picking up. And
wow.
I asked him one time, how many lechons do you make, in typically in a week? And he goes, At its height, it's usually around 10 to 15. 10 to
That's a lot
15
of
lechons.
pig.
Yeah.
A
In
lot.
this house.
And then
How
let me
much does
see.
lechon cost?
Around
Like a
like
full-
average, probably 300.
Damn.
Yeah,
Dang,
but
well,
I
That's why
think
it's good to
I
get
think
it
it's
in a
rising, though.
package. You get in a package with the whole deal. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I just start raising pigs? What the fuck? I'll have some
Because then they're cute, and then you don't want to kill them.
You're not even allowed to have
But-
dogs. You want to get a pig?
Oh man.
Yeah, let me
That's-
see. And in our Facebook, Isil says she got hers at Tita Becky's at Point Point.
Yep.
Yeah, there's just the spots. You know what I mean? Let me see. Shout out to M. McBride from Phoenix.
What?
It's so great. All these other people, all these folks joining us.
Oh yeah,
from everywhere.
Jason Listina.
Oh, is brown baked?
Yeah, brown baked.
That's a hustle. Yummy
Right
hustle.
on. Did you-
So we're bringing this up, right? Side
Mhm.
hustles, because it's 6 months into quarantine. It's been 6 months.
God.
6 months. And for some of us, our side hustles would take you out of the house.
Yeah.
But now that like Ryan's side hustle side project,
Can't do it no
I
more.
think. Yeah, so explain to folks what you used to do, Ryan.
So my side hustle / my side hustle was playing cards. I used to play poker. All right. I don't anymore. I haven't. But so playing cards was, my extra income. And casinos are closed. Like all the card rooms in LA are closed. And so if you want to go, you have to either go to Vegas or somewhere in Nevada, Vegas, Reno. I think maybe some other like Indian casinos now are open to some of them, but they have like dividers in between the tables, etc. You can try to play online, but it's not necessarily not technically legal. And then you could do like illegal home games, and I
Like
just decided
rounders.
not to. Yeah, you like someone's house, they take a cut and all that stuff. But I decided not to, so I haven't played in like a year. It's been ridiculous.
Do you think you've lost your touch?
It's easy to lose kind of momentum. You have to kind of relearn some things, but yeah. So that was my side hustle. I used to play cards.
Should I get you some Oreos?
You can
Like,
get me some Oreos.
can you be-
All I'll do is eat it. I won't use it to determine anything on cards because But yeah, that's that's my side hustle was going to I considered it work actually. I know a lot of people were like, "Ooh, you're a gambler." I'm like, for another day a discussion. But like, no, that was my work. There was a pretty good steady lunch money for myself. So.
But can't you do it like online?
You
Illegal.
can't in America.
Oh.
The only places
Yeah.
you can are I think New Jersey and Nevada. So you'd have to physically be there to be able to play. And then the pool of players is just New Jersey and Nevada. So you won't be able to, It's been tough since for a lot of folks who made their money on online poker in the late 2000s were no longer able to do so. So some people moved to Canada and actually did that full time.
But I'm sure there are
Interesting.
underground ones, no? Online?
Yeah, there are definitely underground online ones. It's just scary because you never know when you're going to be able to cash your money out. If you're there just to look for, there's some people who do actually gamble and, they're not going to find their money again. But if you're a person who's like a professional or trying to get the money, then it's hard to find it. Because,
Ryan,
yes.
side hustle.
I know. That was my side hustle for a while.
No, we should create
something new.
We should create an underground online poker game.
Wow.
It happens.
Yeah, we're not recording and talking
Lechon
about
catering
anything
business.
illegal.
Not at
Or side
all.
hustle.
You know that there are people watching this, right?
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
I'm sure.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
And listening.
Okay, but we're also talking about something that is illegal in LA County Health Department.
That's true.
Of all these underground lechon, lechon palaces.
well, we don't know that.
Yeah, that's true.
Technically.
Well, you made it. It was from an imaginary place called Barson.
Exactly.
It's not even in LA.
But I wanted to
But
shout
good
out the
point.
chat a little bit to see if anybody in the chat, if you if you're on Facebook or Instagram, tell us some of the side hustles that you guys have done. We'll share some of our current ones.
Especially if you want to start a game with Ryan.
Yeah, if you want to start a board game with me, and Joe will also be included in that. But while that's happening, if anyone in the chat wants to chime in, how about you guys? Did you guys have any side hustles growing up when you were younger? Did the entrepreneurial spirit like bite you and say, I'm going to sell T-shirts or something like that? Not COVID related, but when you were growing up, was there any kind of side hustles that you had?
We all at St. Genevieve, we had to sell world's finest chocolate like the rest of us.
That's
That
a
wasn't
fun
side hustle,
forced.
though. Unless you kept the money for yourself, that's a side
That's
hustle.
a hustle too, though. That's the Catholic school or any school's hustle, really.
And it was the worst because it was me and then my three cousins, Sean, Charles, and Vincent. We were all at the same elementary school. So we all at the same time were forced to sell world's finest. So we would make the tita rounds, and you were screwed if you got second.
Right. I already bought
from your cousin. And I'm like, and I was like, shit. But the best world's finest though, okay, it's not the chocolate bar. They have this mint truffle that comes in some weird, like it's some like weird geometric box.
Okay. Is it like Andes?
It's not like Andes.
Oh, you got the good stuff. I just got the bars.
Dude, it was so, if like, because so Vince has to sell these for Mikey and EC, like his kids. And I straight up were like, what do you have? Do you have any of the mint? And they're like, we only have like 2 of those boxes. And I was like, I will buy both those boxes. And then I have to fight I have to fight Charles because Charles wants them too. And I'm like, I want this stupid mint thing. It's so bomb.
Okay,
I don't know.
That is not a hustle.
Yeah, that's forced. That's forced fundraiser for the school.
Yeah, forced labor.
Forced labor.
Yeah. So on the Facebook Live, Elisa says her friend's parents did Filipino themed shirts and one said babae. So the apparel game in the Filipino community is very, very vibrant,
Yeah. I think a lot of the popular ones are still side hustles for a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
A lot of them still have their full-time jobs, but they also sell, apparel and stuff on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to have a lot of random ones.
Oh. Christian Kabuay on Instagram says that they discovered that people really like stickers during COVID.
Stickers?
Is it
Stickers?
Huh.
Stickers. I mean,
I thought it was like before COVID. Like I didn't see like an uptick since COVID.
I've been buying a lot of stickers. I'm not gonna lie. I have been buying.
Okay, maybe that's true.
It's just all Elaine-based. The Elaine-based economy of like
The algorithm is all Elaine. It's all delivered to the same place.
Well, so M from Arizona said when she moved to Arizona, she was selling lumpia.
Yeah.
Oh man, that side hustle. I gotta shout out my auntie. If you've ever had lumpia at my parties, it's because my auntie bags them up and sells them.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
they're
That's
great.
awesome.
And then she knows that a lot of my friends don't eat pork, so she my mom would make sure that we had like a bag of the chicken ones.
Nice.
But the thing she never, my auntie Layla, we're like, what's the recipe? And she don't tell anybody the
No
recipe.
way.
That's the
No,
real
you
hustle.
don't
She's
tell
like,
them.
I'll just make it for you. I was like,
Yeah.
okay. I would help wrap, but not
Mm-hmm.
the timpla.
Not the mix. Nope.
Wait, you rap?
Oh.
Huh?
Mag-
Lumpia.
Magsarap, magrap, sa harap ng hirap.
Ay, Diyos ko.
Joe.
Welcome back,
But
Joe.
that was good. Yes, that was
Good job,
was.
Joe. Good job. Pew pew pew. You get air words for that. Joel Keyson, former guest, alum, says he used to sell hats and T-shirts at the San Fernando swap meet with his dad.
There you go.
Yay, swap me
Spud
like.
McKenzie.
What?
Spud McKenzie tees.
Did
That's
you
awesome.
sell those posters where it's all pixelated and you have to look real cross-eyed and then
Oh,
move
the
back?
magic eye posters.
Oh, and then the
I
thing comes out.
hate that.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that at a swap meet.
It's
For
a
the first time.
schooner.
Oh, my best friend Ivy says Olympia game is real, and
Yeah.
she's right because we hassle her all the time to bring lumpia at all her parties.
Which kind though? The small ones with
The Shanghai lumpia
Yeah.
Shanghai. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
god, that sounds delicious.
Jason says his mom used to sell bagoong. Dang, G.
Damn.
God bless you, because the aroma must be
Right.
amazing for batches. But I love bagong though. I mean, you can't have kare-kare. We were talking about kare-kare earlier. You can't have it without bagong. So
Yeah.
Dude,
Colleen said that
DJing is a hustle
Yeah.
too, right? Side
Yeah.
hustle for a lot of people.
yeah, not
Right.
for Mike though. Mike doesn't want to DJ for people.
yeah,
not?
I mean, it was I was talking to the world famous DJ Icy Ice earlier today, and that shift is real, because from going out and then coming in and then also figuring out streams of income through Twitch and all of that has been a big left turn, right turn, whatever you want to call it, pivot,
Right.
if you will, for folks. So
I feel like Twitch is the way to go now because like Facebook and Instagram are like shutting it down.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a bummer.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
Mike, you should get a Twitch.
there's definitely some like technology changes that have made it easier for people to like do their side hustles or even learn on how to do things, right? I imagine some folks like me, for example, even during this COVID thing, I learned how to make stuff. I was never going to sell it, but I know some folks out there like started cooking and baking and started selling all that stuff. But I was like trying to figure out what am I going to do with all this time. So I made like mozzarella cheese. I make my own pasta. I think I mentioned it to you guys.
Ah, shoot.
I tried making
Mozzarella
pandesal.
cheese?
Sorry,
Yeah,
chef
mozzarella.
Ryan.
Wow.
She chef Ryan.
Ship.
No, but like the new side hustles though, like that people are doing through Twitch, I think is pretty awesome. Like just to monetize some of the things that you're doing. I still am fascinated by the folks who stream online and and get paid for it. So we should do something like that.
How
Yeah, our own
about
bands.
Usually playing a game though. We don't play games.
Mike, I heard that, Mike. What were you gonna say, Joe?
how about multi-level marketing hustles?
Hey, the original hustle.
You just
You
called
know?
out so many Filipinos out right now.
Yo, I just want to say that rainbow vacuum growing up with the like I'm small already, and those things like to lug that R2D2 looking thing, and then the water. And imagine, and
all the
heaven forbid you
extensions.
spilled the water while you were trying to take it outside. Oh my God. Between me and my brother, like, you do it, for Saturday morning chores. And then and then the big old, man.
Thing's so big.
So
It's
big.
humongous. There's like extensions and I don't know, man. I
Did
hear
you
you
ever
on that.
get dragged to those parties? Or
Well,
did you
they would
host-
just come, like they would just show up at they would just be in our party. So there was nowhere we could go.
Is after rosary.
Yes, oh my
Amen.
God, dude.
Amen. Okay, who wants this
Oh my
rainbow
God.
vacuum?
I remember vividly being in some hot ass apartment in like Panorama City. I don't even know which auntie it was. And then we're done praying. So I think, all right, we're going to eat and we're going to go home. And we're eating. And then some tita comes out with her fucking crystals. I don't know. And I'm not talking about like crystals,
those
like
are real.
rose quartz or anything like that. I mean like crystal flatware, like plates, like salad
Oh.
bowls,
Damn.
like vases.
I thought you
My
meant like
mom.
like
But
Mikasa,
so-
like that type of stuff.
Yes.
Mhm.
I feel like I don't remember the company though, but like to this day, my mom has a salad bowl that is crystal and that it's her special one. And I'm like, it's special because we bought it from a lady in an apartment in Panorama.
That's exactly it, man. It's either that or the Cutco knives. Damn.
there's a lot.
There's
Oh
a
my
lot.
gosh.
Salad
have
master.
knives.
Salad
There's-
master.
Salad master.
Salad
That was my
master.
Lola's thing. Yeah.
I seen the water filters.
There's
There's all these different kinds of
yeah.
water filters, and
Yeah.
then the mangosteen, of course. Mangosteen.
Mangosteen. Yeah, Allison and I were
Only
talking about that
$19.99
today.
a month, I think, right? For one
Man.
bottle for two. Mangosteam was good.
Oh,
Take-
this lady
take
remembered,
shots of-
she said PC baby. That's what it was. It's called Princess Crystal.
Oh,
That was what it was
Yeah.
called.
Oh man.
Oh my! Oh, Princess! So many people. Princess House.
Yeah.
Salad Master.
Yeah.
Alkaline
Yeah.
water filter.
Alkaline
Yes,
water.
that's the one.
Yeah.
Tupperware. Avon.
My mom did
Yeah.
Mary
Yep.
Kay.
Avon.
Mary Kay.
Mary Kay.
You get that pink Cadillac. That means you are up there.
Okay,
You
so
sold a lot.
what's like kind of the definition of those kind of things, like MLM?
What do you mean?
Is it
Multi-level
multi-level
marketing.
marketing? Yeah, I know, but
You
like, what
host
makes
a
that different
party.
than like?
Selling other stuff?
Yeah,
Well, okay. So multi-level marketing is you kind of have to have like a
multi-levels.
Right. Yes.
well,
And market it.
actually market it.
the marketing
actually
is word of
don't-
mouth, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I actually don't know how the rainbow ones work. But there are multi-level marketing. Basically, you have to have people like sort of under you to do the
Yeah.
same thing, right?
Yeah.
And you sort of build
Build
an
a
empire.
Network.
pyramid.
a triangular looking shape. you sort of build this shape that you're at the top, and then there's like a bunch of people underneath.
You know,
That
the
are-
products are hit and miss. I will say
Right.
I love Cutco knives, especially
You
when
get
you got the
residual
bonus knife
income.
spatula because you bought a certain, thing. But
Mary Lou on Facebook is saying you get residual income.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, like
Ooh,
a
noni
portion-
juice. My father-in-law still drinks
Oh,
noni juice
yes,
today.
noni
Nick
juice.
Beluga talks about that, and I
'Cause you-
swear it's like a superpower.
You
Because
sort
you
of
host
do
a party.
Yeah. You
You
sort
host
of
a party,
the
right?
network,
And then
right,
you
is
get
important.
the sales, and then you get a portion of the sales, and then the person who's bringing you into the Tupperware party gets a portion of the sales, and then so it's like so if let's say we're hosting a party, Mike and I, and we have Joe and Ryan and Kat over, and you come and you enjoy a delicious meal cooked by somebody, let's say Mike's aunt. And she makes a meal with Salad Master stuff, and you guys get to eat it, and we get to eat it, and we have to sit through the Salad Master spiel. At the end, the expectation is that one of you will buy a Salad Master pen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why are Filipino immigrants so attracted to these things?
It's the
Well,
hustle.
Yeah, I think it's also because it's something where you engage with your peers. It's not like whereas your traditional jobs where you're dealing with a lot of strangers. So it's like, myself even as a marketer, like word of mouth is the
Right.
most powerful form of engagement. And to this day, even when we're in a very social media world. And so that MLM totally played on that. It's something you can comfortably talk to your
Yeah.
friends
It's
about.
someone that you know. It's someone you know who knows someone who knows someone. Kakilala. May kakilala ako, nagbebenta ng ganito.
Mhm.
Kilala ko si ano.
Charleston just said 2x2.
Oh, I remember
Well,
Oh,
that.
what's that? I don't
It
remember.
was a
that.
website, wasn't it?
It was some pyramid scheme that like a lot of people in my college used to like go on.
Triangular scheme.
Yeah. Egyptian ancient structures
a
scheme.
Luxor themed.
I mean, I would say the difference between like a straight up like exploitative pyramid scheme MLM and just like a good side hustle is that like, how much of the income that you get relies on you getting someone else to sell the thing for
Right.
you
Yes,
versus you just selling it for yourself. Because I mean, I don't think like the incentive structures for things like say like Avon or Mary Kay or whatever, like it's built more upon building like that network and making direct sales as opposed to like
Right.
getting people to sell stuff for you. I mean, you get some incentives for that, but it's kind of like I don't want to compare it to like Lyft or Uber or whatever, but like you get referral
Mhm.
benefits if you get someone to be a Lyft or Uber driver, but you don't
Right.
get like a residual income from them selling stuff all the time. So it's like the structure of it and like the incentive for you to get people to sell things and then get those people to get other people to sell
Right.
things is what creates the whole pyramid thing. So
Anna just said, is it a sense of trust because you trust buying from the community?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, that's part of the word of mouth.
I
Yeah.
do think it kind of plays on that though. I mean, I haven't done an MLM. It's to me, it's too
Yeah.
complicated for me. So when folks do it, it's just a tremendous amount of commitment, but there's also, from what I understand, there's also a large, I mean, you're always investing in your product. Obviously you have to spend money to make money, but like when I remember reading about the LuLaRoe stuff that happened recently, and I bought that stuff. It was great, and
What is that?
LuLaRoe was like a women's apparel line. So it was like they do leggings and tops and all these other things that were very comfortable. But, a lot of folks ended up being they ended up upside down underwater because they had to buy all this stuff. And then when, the top doesn't help you with the marketing or something goes bad or whatever, then you've got these, these moms, these folks that end up. So it can have its downside. But I mean, that can also happen in non-MLM stuff too, I guess.
And the attraction, I think, for the side hustle or an MLM kind of thing is that you can do it while you're doing other things, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can do it on the side while you're doing other things. So there's an instant attraction to test the waters. Because I think in general, like, how do you start a business, right? How do you start your own business in the States, for example? How do you do it? I don't, to know somebody, to go through that takes some effort. But someone who's selling something, I could do that. Right, it's a lot easier to grab, and it's what do you call this? The product is right there, and you can almost kind of see
accessible.
it, and then if they can do it, I can do it.
But I also think it could be, it's conducive to the Filipino immigrant, I guess, lifestyle, or not lifestyle, but like their current situation, in which Filipino Americans, when they come here, a lot of them don't go into small businesses like other Asian immigrants because they're not necessarily forced to, right? And so they have their kind of wage labor job, nurses, accountants, caregivers, etc. But then they could still do something entrepreneurial on the side, right? And I guess perhaps it's conducive and it's social, right? So maybe that's why.
Joe says he used to on our feed. Sorry, he said he used to sell on eBay, and that's a big thing.
Oh yeah,
that's a big side hustle.
Forgot about eBay.
I think it's because like.
You mean Etsy?
No, people still use eBay.
I'm kidding, dude.
What are you talking about?
Bye. It's just
hello.
But it's also like it's a built-in audience if you do these things at a family party, right? Like I swear, like my aunt used our entire family as her MLM like community, because when she's like, "Oh, I'm really into Princess Crystal, y'all gonna buy it. Oh, I'm really into this diet supplement. You're gonna buy it and you're gonna lose weight." Which I was like, wow, did my aunt get everybody hooked on Legal Speed? Because there was something called a fat burner in like something she sold.
Yo, there was a big controversy with that.
And I think my mom went crazy on that. She probably was just taking Legal Speed and she didn't even know.
Like Dexatrim?
Yeah, or Fen or whatever.
It was called Diamante, and I just remember it was like vitamin supplements and then shakes, I think.
Yeah.
And it was gross. Oh, so gross.
Yeah. The things though, I think someone mentioned it, some folks who get roped into a lot of that because of guilt, because your family is the one that's sort of introducing you to it. So there's your Filipino guilt aspect. Like, no, come on, just come. It'll be okay. No,
it's for my son.
No obligation.
Right. I mean, there's no shame in the game though, right? Like you try to figure those things out, and it's about personal networks. And as we know that there amongst immigrant communities, it's very, very powerful,
Right.
It's like you hear about someone on the other side of the country, like, you all did that too, and there's no TV advertising or anything like that. So
yeah, it's kind of weird, like all the kind of sociality about it. I was actually reading this book recently where they talked about how Filipinos were converted to Catholicism, initially. A lot of it had to do with kind of like because everyone else is doing it. It was something
like the community.
The community was doing it. This person is converting to Christian, so I should, right? This person who is a powerful Datu converted to Christianity, and now I should.
Yeah.
Right. So there was, colonialism, whatever. There's a lot of peer pressure into it.
Well, that's similar practices today in, influencer marketing, or what we call influence marketing. You go right to the influencer because it will, whether
Everything's
they
a
have
pyramid
real
scheme.
followers or not, we'll never know.
Right?
Is that what that skinny tea stuff is? And then
Skinny tea, I've seen that.
all of that stuff.
Oh man.
Yeah. I mean, there's just new ways of, and new patterns now, but I think it's just that thing, that trust of word of your people that you trust and what they like.
But see, here's the thing, like when my family, like when it starts to be like they're trying to sell something to me, I start growing distrust, because then like it becomes like the relationship becomes transactional, right? So like when I have friends who try to start selling stuff to me, I'm like, dude, stop. Like if I need something, I'll go to you. But like, if you're trying to sell me something, like I stop. I try to stop like hanging out with that person or stop.
Hey Joe, you never got back to me about the thing.
Hey Joe, weren't you supposed to buy some Cutco knives from
You just
You forgot about the timeshare that you were going to throw in on.
God, timeshare.
Timeshares.
MLM.
That is.
You guys ever go to like one of those timeshare things? Like, hello, Filipinos. Like, is this church or is this like a timeshare presentation? I'm like, look at this audience.
Because you get a free trip. Like, I know somebody who went to Hawaii for free.
Wow, you sound like an MLM like timeshare salesperson.
Yeah, you just got to be focused,
But you have to be steadfast and not buy. And my friend is very cheap. And he was like, hell no, we are here for this trip. We're going to sit here for 2 to 3 hours and listen to them sell this to us.
Yeah.
And he didn't buy it. He didn't buy the
Wow. Because I heard they're very persuasive.
I
would probably walk away with a timeshare.
Yeah.
right.
They send like 5 people to you. Like the rookie, then like the sophomore.
Oh, like buying a car.
Yeah. And then like next thing you know, it's like, oh, I've been doing this for 5 years. Yeah, those guys are new. And next thing you know, like the 5th guy, I'm like, dude, I'm here for the Amex gift card. I'm like, you can save your saliva. we're ready to go. We just need the Amex gift card, But yeah, so those are, I mean, in terms of like side hustle, I think Joe, your parents' side hustle is like kind of like a legit business though, right? Not that other people's businesses aren't legit, but like, I mean, it's not MLM or anything like that. It's like a service and it's,
I mean, they did get into Zango or mangosteen, that drink.
Oh, they did?
For a little bit, and they quickly got out of it. But and I think my dad also did like Primerica for a little bit.
Oh yeah, someone mentioned on chat like,
what is that?
It's an insurance.
It's
thing.
insurance.
Yeah, they sell insurance,
but it's very much
also.
based on the whole.
Yeah. So
Luxor
shaped like this. This is supposed to be you, but there's so many different layers that it looks like a giant.
There's so many
triangle.
little Luxors under you.
Yeah, but for our audience who's listening, to be fair, like a lot of MLM stuff, it's legit. Like it's a legitimate way to make money. Because I think in general, like the Primerica thing. I went to one of those seminars, and it's like, it's strange because you don't they promote it in a very different way. It's very charismatic, and then they show checks off in the they'll be like, oh, this person made this much money, yay, and the allure is like,
that's the sell, right? Like, look at this person,
like,
they have
backhanded shame kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, you too can do this.
Yeah.
Because there was a lady when I worked at Countrywide, she used to wear pink all the time, and she was a Mary Kay lady, and like my old boss would buy her Mary Kay from her. And so like one time my supervisor was like, hey, let's have like a lunch with so and so, and she'll like do a Mary Kay presentation. And I was like, I don't wear makeup, like what is this lady gonna? So I was just like, sure. So she came and did the presentation, and I was like, yo, do you have the car? Do you have the Cadillac? Because I just knew that was the thing, right? And she was like, oh, honey, I sell more than that. I drive a better car than a Cadillac. And I was just like, whoa.
Okay.
What is better? Like, what? what? And she was just like, she was this Armenian lady who like, she could sell anything. Like she could probably sell me air, but I did not buy it in Mary Kay because I was like, I don't want this waxy lipstick.
Okay, so I also want to put this in more of a kind of greater context. I think Filipino immigrants, or at least a lot of immigrants in general, are attracted to these side hustles for multiple reasons. And it's because like they're not getting enough money in their regular jobs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, totally supplemental income. Absolutely.
So I feel like there is, I think they're also like they're underpaid in their regular jobs. And so to make ends meet, to aspire, like there's a certain like American white kind of aspiration to these things, to like life in America. And so they have to supplement and add extra income to, by starting these side hustles. But I think, this is where my political hat kind of comes in. It's like if we all like work on workers' rights, then people wouldn't have to have like side hustles. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I definitely think that's a big part of it. I also think though that they're just and it is the underemployment. Like if you want to be a rock star, I don't know. But I'm just thinking of like when I was at East West Players, like there were doctors who were actors, but they make way more money being a doctor in the day, but they wanted to sing, but that wasn't going to keep the bills. That wasn't going to keep, and so I'd be like, gosh, that's so amazing. You're here at night, like you're helping people in the day. And then
trying to say is that like the mechanism of capitalism forces us to like first like aspire to a certain like keeping up with the Joneses type lifestyle. So in order to do that, like your job as an accountant or your job as a nurse or your job as just like whatever is not enough, right? It doesn't sustain you for your lifestyle. So you're like, well, I'm gonna sell those Korean blankets, I'm gonna sell rice cookers. Like I'm gonna do that so that I can afford that LV bag for my family, or
it was a mask.
Or the
LV mask, by the way. It was a $10 LV mask.
Still, but you still want to get that LV bag. That's kind of like that's like a icon thing, right?
Well, how much of this though too is I was just thinking about like the fact that my family in the Philippines, they have their own like sari store, and like that's actually pretty common. Or they used to have like, I don't know if they still do this. They had internet cafes, and that was pretty common like in the early 2000s. And they would all just do that. I mean, that was like part of it was like they needed the supplemental income, but also part of it was like the mechanisms by which to like start an official business, like either required payment into like a very corrupt or very difficult to navigate kind of system in the Philippines. And like, I think about like why people, when they come to America, especially in the Philippines, like like maybe there's this incentive but also distrust of the official mechanisms and pathways to like starting up a business that is just like, well, I'm gonna skip all that. I'm gonna do it on my own. Maybe it's through like selling rice cookers, selling lechon, selling insurance or whatever, because I don't have to deal with all of this red tape and all this like regulation. And so like the informal economy, like it's just easier to access, and it's something that they can grasp because they had to kind of do the same thing in like their home countries, right? So
absolutely. And there's a lot of red tape.
Like a language, like a language issue too, right? Like for me and like my parents, like they code switch. They had the ability to code switch, but I do have relatives where like the code switching doesn't happen. Like their accent is their accent. Yeah. So, but then if I'm selling to fellow Filipinos,
it's true. And I also think it's a little bit different than like say like what Kat was saying, like a doctor trying to become like an actor or something, right? Like Ken Jeong, for example. That's what he did.
Yeah.
I think that's more about like following, your passion, as opposed to like trying to supplement your income through. Because I don't know if anybody's real passion, and God help you if it is. But if your real passion is to sell like alkaline filters, then more power to you. But I I think those things are more about, trying to make ends meet.
Oh yeah, and it's about the bigger dream may be the, having the financial freedom, and I think that's
the large, the extra large water filter.
Oh my God. No, but so someone on our Facebook feed did talk about, Charleston talks about, tax write-offs with small business ownership. And, in this economy, the wage earner is not at the tax advantage. The business owners are. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know if that's what's on the mind of, some of all folks, but that's definitely a way to get a leg up, is to be a business owner.
But are you a business owner if you do those MLM stuff?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question.
They say it like
feed
that you would be.
Is it?
Yeah, they say you can build your own business. Did our feed get cut, by the way?
I don't know.
I messaged Mike. This is on Facebook. It looks like it was. Can you check?
I mean,
Mike?
it's working for me right now. So is it working for you guys?
Oh, Jason says broadcast interrupted. Oh yeah, I get a broadcast interrupted.
Okay. Well, anyways,
if you can hear us, can you put thumbs up on the chat or say that you can hear us if we're back on? I think a bunch of people dropped off and then came back on. So
yeah, let me see. My feed was frozen. Oh, we're on live now.
Okay. So you're asking, Kat, whether or not some of these allow you to create your own business. I think there's some MLMs out there. There's some multi-level marketing that say, you want to be your own boss, right? You want to start your own business, and you can create your own kind of like your own network of people under you. And so you sort of start your own business, whether or not you go through like a business, like, doing tax write-off or declaring yourself a business entity. I don't think so, because I think you're still under that company's name. But I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. So if anybody on the chat knows better than we do, let us know.
Yeah, I do know some families who have set up, family LLC. So whatever their side hustles are, they pour it into that.
That's awesome.
And I think it's great, especially, if you got a mortgage and kids that want to play sports and all this stuff. I mean, it's expensive.
Right.
And at least living in California.
Right.
So
you did that, didn't you, Kat?
What?
You set up your own business?
I did have it for a little while when I was but that was my full-time hustle. When I was doing freelance marketing, and and the taxes, but and the write-offs, and it's totally a different thing than being a W-2 wage earner. Right. So all different ways.
Joe, do you have any new side hustles?
Side hustles? Yeah, I strip on the side,
Lord Jesus, stop.
That's so weird. Don't
Yikes.
OnlyFans.
That's what Joe Vegas this weekend.
Joe has his own OnlyFans.
I do not. I think TFAL is the closest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't make that much money.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's more following your heart, right? Like
totally.
Forming community and all that.
We don't have Salad Master money. We don't have
but if Lainey starts coming in with the pink whatever, we're gonna know what's up.
But I think what you were saying, Joe, about the different kinds of side hustles in terms of making money. I think the part of the conversation earlier about COVID and being at home and doing other things is kind of a callback to, oh man, if I wasn't doing what I did at work, what would I be interested in? So, sorry, it says this video has ended. I don't know if that's Facebook or
Oh, the Instagram feed probably cut out also.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we on Facebook still?
Can someone check?
It's live on Facebook on the recording.
The recording.
Behind the scenes, folks. Y'all are getting behind the scenes.
But I was gonna
full
say,
transparency.
With COVID, it allows you to sort of explore some of these things that you never thought you wanted to do or could do, whether it be baking or but not even just like as a side hustle, but like I wanted to learn more about like the stock market, for example. So I want to play the stocks. That's the only way for me to learn. I'm like, I can't play poker online. I might as well try something different. So, whether or not it's a side hustle, I don't know, but it's something that I'm doing with my time, right? And it's sort of like an interest, as opposed to like, oh, the need is there.
Mhm.
So I think there's folks out there who like have the need to have a side hustle. I think that's a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like have a need to like explore their creativity some way, somehow, and make money on the side, whether or
Mhm.
not they need it. I think that's also a very real thing. I
Mhm.
think there are folks who are very creative and know that, what, I know I'm not going to make a living, selling this on the side, but I can make something, and still be able to cook or still be able to do something that I really like doing.
Mhm.
So I think that's a real thing as well. So
Yeah. And I think, COVID has definitely escalated these side hustles, and that's why we're kind of bringing it up right
Yeah.
now.
But I mean, shout out to all the side hustlers
seriously,
and making the most of a very difficult, a challenging time.
Mhm.
I mean, if ube crinkles are your thing and you're doing it, I mean, more power to you.
right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And side hustles can grow into like full-fledged businesses.
Yeah.
And investing in during this time, like not just money, but I'm talking about investing in your time, like investing your time into something that you wanted to do if you wanted to read more, if you wanted to, try your hand at photography, or if you wanted to do videos or something like that. I think it's one of those things that kind of allow us to look at COVID in a positive light, whatever that is. So I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, thank you everybody for joining us on Facebook and Instagram. Sorry for the hiccups. It is quarantine time. But should I do this? Should I be like drop your hustle in the comments of this
Yeah.
of the Facebook thread? Like
In the shape of Luxor.
in the shape of
Oh my God.
Luxor. You could tell us tell us how can we support you? Like how can we support you? If you're like
Pat
if you're
them on the
local
back.
if you're local in the LA area, can we purchase some of your Luxor type things? I don't know. Or like for example, the Filipino CSA box that's being sold right now, and the pickup is going to be at Filipino Workers Center. Like, are you doing something similar? Let us know. Or if there's something else in your community that we can help you amplify, let us know. We will try to do so because we appreciate the Filipino hustle. And
Right
one
on.
day, Ryan will be playing poker, making us money.
Right on.
Because you're
That's
my
that
retirement
TFAL.
plan. I was investing in you.
Oh, by the way, if anyone wants to learn how to play poker, I'm selling some books about poker that I'm just kidding. I totally am not doing that. I'm
And
totally
then
not doing
and then the more books you sell, you can.
The plan is Ryan teaches you how to play poker, and then you teach somebody else to play poker.
Oh, you know
exactly
what?
right.
I forgot to mention the number one Filipino American side hustle.
Karaoke?
Buying lotto tickets.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
you know
my
what?
God.
That's just a spending thing. That's not a hustle.
I'll go get mine. I still need to go get mine.
I got mine today.
Yeah.
I'm one of those that say I wish I win the lottery, but I never play.
Same.
So,
You gotta play $5.
I know.
You know? Why
Okay,
not?
I'll be part of it. Anyway. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for
everybody,
listening.
for listening.
Toodles.
This Filipino American Life is produced by Michael Nailat. Our intro and outro music is by Roger Habon, aka 10.4 Raj. Resident reality checker Girly Colado, legal advisor Rianne Fajardo, and graphic design by Vincent Collyer.